Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Firewood Doctor. I just did in the last video I did a review of the saw chain. Now I want to talk specifically about this Husqvarna 572 XP with 24-inch bar and auto tune. It runs amazingly well. It ran strong all day long. It likes a little raker depth, but not too much. Just enough on a sharp chain where you literally feel it pulling in. So it seems happiest there, but not too crazy on the raker depth. Yeah, it gets good economy. I cut about, in this oak, about a cord per tank. But then I got this big log here, and that was like, quarter of a cord in itself. It just rounds, 8 foot long, 24-inch diameter on the small end, 26 or so on the big end. Yeah, it ran great all day long. I can't say anything bad about this saw. It's got all the power I need. For normal firewood cutting, I can run this saw a good 3 tanks in this hot weather, and that's impressive. The 550 XP, the little baby brother to this one, I could probably do 4, especially in smaller wood. But in this oak, temps started out here in about 60 or so when I started cutting, and it's like 80s, low 80s now. Yeah, it's got great power. It restarts easy. Warm starts were usually one pull unless I screwed something up. By simply putting it up the full choke, putting it down for high idle or warm start position, pop right off. So if I screwed it up, it takes a few pulls. So it might flood, if you don't quite tickle it right with the warm start feature and the pulling it over. So, yeah, it's, I've gotten, a few gallons through this already. I'm trying to think now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 3 tanks, on this. 5, probably getting up on 10, 12 tanks of fuel. It's just starting to really scream now. I got 10, 12 tanks of gas through here. On that oak and on that ash and basswood load I finished up a couple weeks ago, this saw screams in that wood. It doesn't slow down. And then this oak, shoot, a seasoned firewood cutter could run this saw all day long, and it's got great weight. If you don't like Husqvarna, or if you have a crappy dealer out there, because the saw brand you choose really comes down to the dealer. So if you really want a Husqvarna saw, but a dealer is far away, that's part of the buying decision process. I'd have no problems running a steel equivalent to 462, I believe they're at now. 461, 462. I'd have no problem running one of those. But I don't like the dealer as much as I like the Husqvarna dealer that we have here. And that's why I chose this saw. I'd be happy with either saw, but this one has now become my all-time favorite chainsaw to run. That's how much I like it. I haven't run the steel equivalent, but just in my experience with other steel models, well, they were much older. And the other Husqvarna model I got, this is probably one of the best all-around firewood saws you can get. It'll do the small stuff. Was that 24-inch bar? I could reach down and get it. The 24 and the big wood, like this log I'm sitting on, it'll cut that. You just have to come around the backside a little bit, get that bit of wood that it won't get when you come down through the log, and it powers right through the oak. of 24, 26 inch. No problem with this bar and chain. No problem at all. I'm running Hypa round file full chisel chain. It holds up. It's a good match for this saw. I truly believe that this chain and this saw is a great match for each other. It's a little on the pricey side, as you know, pro saws go, but I paid about $970 for it with the extended warranty. I already had the bar and chain for it from the Farmer Tech 372 XP clone saw that ended up having issues. So if I'm going to depend on a saw all day long, I'm going to get the real thing. For other saws, for like a backup, okay, those clone saws are fine, but for main saws, you want at least two of them. The 572 XP is going to be a great main saw for all-around firewood cutting, because you could, if it was cooler weather, I probably could have run 4 or 5 tanks for this thing easily, especially in smaller wood where it's easier to chuck. This oak is heavy. You know, so yeah, I might be limited to 4 even on a cool day, but on that load of cherry I got over there, which would be the next load I attack after finishing this, I'm going to run this saw and again and see how it compares to the 550 XP, and I'll do a comparison video of the two, what I think of, you know, which saw is the best for the job. That'll be coming up. What else can I say about this saw? It just goes. Earlier versions may have had heatsink problems, but if you know what to do, you won't get vapor lock problems screwing up your hot starts or restarts if you let it sit for a few minutes. If you know what to do, it just pops right off one pull. So that's all I could say about this saw, except the price has gone up now with I don't know what bar and chain that the Husqvarna website lists this at with, or if it's just the power head. It is now $1169 or $1179. It's gone up over $100. So if you're looking to buy one of these saws and you have to wait, see if your dealer will allow you to prepay for it, because some of these saws are in short supply in some areas, and if you have to wait, pay for it ahead of time, then you'll be at the front of the line to get one instead of being on a list. Dealers appreciate that. So if you think this is the saw you really want to get, I would recommend trying one out first, especially if you have woodcutting buddies, friends, whatever, or associates on Facebook or other social media, and your experience with saws, because this is not a beginner saw. This is a full-blown pro saw for someone that has some experience, and I've burned through 2 semi-loads of wood just here in the wood yard in the past year, and plus I had off and on woodcutting experience beforehand, and I didn't even have as much experience as I did in this wood yard before I bought it. Now I feel really confident running a saw of this caliber. When I first got it, I was a little scared, not knowing what to expect. The thing just ripped, and now it's like, you know, no problem. I could probably step up to the 592 now and run that thing. But for overall weight and power, the combination of weight, power, economy, as far as how much wood you can cut, this is the best Husqvarna, all-around Husqvarna saw in their current lineup. Hands down, in my opinion, hands down, it's the best. So until next time, folks, take care, go out there, do something, but have fun doing it.